What's up, everybody? These are my thoughts for today's episode of The Young and the Restless. Let me jump into this. I know a lot of people got mixed feelings about the Newman Enterprises takeover, the hostile takeover. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of people have divided upon who they're rooting for. I know a lot of people are Team Newman, and a lot of people are Team Jack Abbott. But here's my opinions on this. I am, for right now, team both. Because they're both my favorite. You know, I like Jack to a certain extent. Because I do hate how the Newmans, with their self-righteous asses, always win, especially Victor. But he is one of my favorites. But here's the thing. I was happy when Jack took over Newman Enterprises. I was Team Jack like Adam and him. I was definitely Team Jack. But we all know that this takeover isn't going to last long for Jack. We know that. But I think it will last a lot longer than people think because with Adam and Tucker backing him, Victor can't go up against all three of them by himself. Only person I could see Victor really joining forces with to take them down is Victoria. Because for one, Victoria is just like Adam. I mean, just like Victor in certain ways, especially business. Nick, he's too much of a punk ass bitch. Let me just say that I cannot stand Nick, and I don't care what nobody say. I don't like his little self-righteous ass. First of all, he hasn't even acknowledged that his dumbass daughter killed his nephew. Like, seriously. People keep saying, well, you know, I don't have any sympathy for Adam because of what he did with Faith. Here's the thing about that. Okay, yeah, it was wrong of what Adam did with Faith or whatever like that. That was like 3 years ago. Get over it. Two, Nick has his fucking daughter. Nick has all his kids. The only one he don't got is Cassie, but that was a long time ago. And I'm like, Nick got his fucking kids. Like, this was Adam's first child. He was excited for this baby. Him and Chelsea were both looking forward to this. And you haven't even apologized to them. You haven't nothing. Your father collapses. Go to the hospital. Abby was the only one to even mention Adam. Because she felt like he had a right to be there because he is Adam's fucking kid too. But no, they don't want to bring Adam here. But I'm like, y'all haven't shown no type of respect for Adam and his wife for losing their kid. You haven't acknowledged it. You haven't acknowledged them as a part of the family. So you know what? That's why I can't stand them. And the way that they treated Sharon over the years, please. The reason why Sharon is on this downward spiral is because of everything that they did to her. And it got worse when her daughter died. Like, seriously, it got worse when her daughter died. When Cassie died, that's when everything got blown to hell, pretty much. Her marriage, her sanity, everything just went away. Like, everything she loved. Her life as she knew it was done, and I blame the fucking Newmans for that. Partly, I really blame the Newmans for putting her through that. Especially Nikki. Like, Nikki has treated Sharon like utter garbage ever since Sharon popped into town and started hooking up with Nick. Nikki, might I remind you where the fuck you came from? Bitch, you was taking off your clothes and shit like that. What the fuck wrong with your life? If it wasn't for Victor, bitch, you wouldn't have no money. You would be broke. Back on that stripper pole at 50-something years old, shaking it like it's, dropping it like it's hot. And at 50-something years old, bitch, you probably still dropping it like it's cold and stale. So go sit down and stop running your mouth and looking your nose down at people, because I know for a fact Nikki looks her nose down at Sharon and Phyllis like she's so much fucking better. You need to humble yourself because you're not so better than them. They came from a hard past just like you did. Phyllis might be a little bit crazy, but fuck it, she love her family. She ride or die for her family. The fuck? Tired of people looking down their fucking nose. I cannot stand the Abbotts and Newmans for looking their noses down at people. But let me just say this about this hostile takeover. In a way, I'm glad Jack took over Newman because it serves Victor fucking right. Everybody pissing on Jack because he took over their company and fired all the Newmans from their own company. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a few years back, a while back, when John Abbott was alive, he took Jabot public Victor was fucking ruthless when he took over the company. He fired every one of their asses from the company. So now that Jack repays a favor, everybody want to piss on Jack? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit. I don't want to hear that. Like, seriously, they act like Victor is a saint, which he's not. This is what Victor does for a living, pretty much. He takes over companies. Hello, Newman Enterprises is an enterprise that owns other companies. They start their own companies, but in Victor's case, he grabs everybody else's company that's already made. And he don't got a care in the world. But when somebody takes something from Victor, he's outraged and see it as betrayal and upset. Something that you've done plenty of times over the years. How are you going to get mad at Jack for something that you've done to him first? Victor started, people saying Jack started this war. No. Only thing Jack just did was he raised the stakes. That's all Jack just did. Victor started this war a long time ago when he stole Jabot and caused John Abbott to have a heart attack because of it. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. He started this war a long time ago. Jack just now getting even with his ass. Jack is getting even, and I don't blame him. But, here's that but. I can understand why he fired Nick and Victoria. I don't care about Nick getting fired. I don't give a fuck. But Victoria, I kind of feel like she didn't deserve to be fired in a way, because I like Victoria. She does good work. But I can understand why he did it, because if he kept them on board with Newman, they would be feeding Victor information, you know, dangerous information that could take Jack down, and Jack can't afford that right now. So John Abbott, I think John is right. I actually agree with John. This is my problem with the Newman takeover. This Jack has always said he didn't want to be anything like Victor, that he's nothing like Victor. But by you taking this company, I can understand why John is ashamed of him. By you taking over this company, you're pretty much putting your family's business on the back burner. You're the controlling owner of Jabot. You're the chairman and CEO of Jabot. You're taking over Newman. Newman is a big fucking company. Jabot is just one company. Newman is a big ass enterprise that owns a bunch of other companies. Which means as the chairman and CEO of Newman, you have to oversee every aspect of that company. How are you going to do that and run Jabot at the same time? That's impossible. Next to impossible. You would be all over the place. That's why I feel like he should have just did what Billy asked him and just gave Billy controlling interest of Jabot. Let Billy keep that company so that way when Jack falls on his ass, which I know he will, and he loses Newman, that way you don't end up losing Jabot too. That's the reason why Billy's idea was a smart idea. Because here's the risk. When Jack loses Newman, there's a big ass chance Victor's going to take Jabot away from him too. Because I got a feeling there's a lot of money at stake and Jack is going to lose a lot of money. And there's no way in the world he's going to financially be able to run Jabot with no money. So it would have been smart to have some fallback plans and just sign over controlling interest to Billy so that way Billy can run the fucking company while you take over Newman. That would have been smart. Also, by him taking over Newman, it's making him look no better than Victor. That's making you no better than Victor. This is not you. And this is not something he gonna sit there and say this taking over Newman is something John would have did. No, it wasn't. John would have never did that. John was an honorable person. This is why Catherine has always said to Jack, you're nothing like John. John had integrity. That's true. When Victor took over Jabot and the Abbotts finally got it back and stuff like that, John never tried to take over Newman. Never. That's not John's style. He created Jabot because he wanted a legacy for his kids and grandkids and great-grandchildren and future Abbotts. So that way they got their own company. They don't have to steal nobody else's company. See what I'm saying? That's why John Abbott's the man. And people saying, oh, well, John, this is not about the Abbott family for Jack. This is about his revenge on Nikki and Victor. Mainly because he wants revenge on Nikki in a way too. Because she just left him literally a week after they got married. Not even a week. A day after they got married, she went traipsing off after Victor. He wants revenge on her. He claimed that he, still wanted to be friends with her. He didn't hold a grudge against her. That's a bull-faced lie. And you know it, Jack. Stop being an ass and stop lying. The problem with Jack is he get too cocky. For one, he's a showboater. For two, and that's a deadly combination. You get too damn full of yourself and you make mistakes, and you're gonna allow Victor to horn in and take the company back. And he may take Jabot in the process. So I agree with John. This whole fucking feud need to stop. Jack is just doing this because he wanted revenge on Victor. When Victor took over Jabot, when it became public back then, Jack always vowed to take over Newman, to take Newman away from Victor and his family. Okay, you've done that. Get rid of the goddamn company. Just give it back. Like, stop this fucking feud. Stop. Y'all is too old for this. Stop. Newman, let Victor run his fucking company. You go to Jabot, run your company. Do that. And as far as Nick is concerned, let me talk about Phyllis and Nick real quick. I know Phyllis wasn't on this episode, but I gotta say some shit about this relationship. Ever since Nick filed for divorce, asked Phyllis for a divorce, she wasn't fazed by it. Because you want to know why? She don't give a fuck really about this marriage. And I know she don't. She don't care. Nick ain't the shit. Nick act like he's the shit, like every woman need to bow down to his ass. Motherfucker, please. You ruined Sharon and you ruined Phyllis. How you gonna sit there and say Phyllis ruined y'all family? What? When you were first married to Phyllis, you kept running around behind Sharon like a little fucking Captain Save-A-Ho. Always running behind her trying to protect her from Adam. Maybe she didn't really want you to protect her from Adam. The fuck is wrong with your life? You ruined that marriage. Phyllis didn't ruin this marriage. How you gonna get mad at her for lying about sleeping with Ronan? She did it because it was the only way to protect herself. But by you, oh goodness, what is this? By you running away and keep moving out and walking out on her, that you would, by doing all of that, what Nick was doing was he kept pushing her in Ronan's arms. And now you want to show up at the Abbott mansion ready to punch Jack? You got all this fight in you, but yet you could never fight for Phyllis. I am sick and tired of people acting like, oh, Nick is too good for Phyllis. No, the fuck he's not. Nick ain't no damn saint. And come on, like, before Phyllis even slept with Ronan, he was trying to make a play for her sister. And now that the deed is done, he's still trying to make a play for her. You are lower than fucking dirt, Nick. Like, seriously. Her sister? Are you kidding me? You can't find no other fucking woman? Her sister? And beyond me, like, seriously, Nick and Avery have no chemistry. Zero. And I could tell Avery is hesitant about even trying to start something with Nick because of Phyllis. So I just had to get that off my chest. Nick is a dirtbag. Now let me talk about this train wreck called Sharon. Oh my lord, Sharon is crazy. But the fucking Newmans drove her to it. Like, when she was at the ranch, drunk, pissy, drunk off her ass. Now this bitch about to burn down the Newman ranch. I'm like, my lord. Girl, go get your life. People, I wonder what Newman are they talking about that's going to die. They said that because of a fire or something like that, a tragedy was going to strike and a Newman was going to die. I'm like, what fucking Newman is going to die? I know it ain't Sharon because I heard that she's about to get a new love interest. Well, a past love interest, which I think might be Adam. All right, let me say this about Shadam, whatever, Adam and Sharon. They got some good chemistry, but I think that relationship needs to be done. Him and Chelsea got way better chemistry. They understand each other more than Sharon would ever understand Adam. So I think, and plus Melissa Claire Egan, let me tell you something. That's my bitch. Melissa Claire Egan, I remember watching her on All My Children as Annie Lavery Chandler. Let me tell you something about that. She's been my girl ever since then. When she was fucking on All My Children, that was a bad bitch. Melissa Claire Egan, let me tell you something. She's going to be an icon one day. Yo, nobody could play the role of Annie Lavery better than Melissa Claire Egan. And she stepped into this role as Chelsea and made it her own. Like, and I love it. She's taking the character to all new heights. But if Adam fucked this relationship up, mind you, Adam, you married Chelsea without a prenup. Now, if you cheat on her, hell has no fury. I'm telling you, like a woman scorned, she would take you for every fucking thing you got. Oh, and let me say something about Kane real quick. Kane, why are they getting rid of Genevieve for Kane? He's fucking boring. Get him off my screen, please. His self-righteous ass. Why would Genevieve pretend, like, send him messages and disrespect her late daughter? Anyway, I'll see all y'all later. I'm out. Have a great day.